Hello, everyone. Welcome to Module 6 of our Staff Wellbeing Programme. We're nearly there. We've done really well. The first session is we're talking about mindset and the benefits of having a growth mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, it's very hard to actually change and improve in any way. If you're a little bit more flexible, you'll find that you're much more better able to cope with life stresses. See if you can look back over some challenging times and see what you learned from those experiences. Every time we have a struggle and we overcome it, we're able to expand our mindset and learn from our experiences. Look back over your journal, see if there were some struggles, see how you overcome them, and put some notes in your journal. For session 2, we're looking at acceptance. Acceptance can stop us from struggling by accepting things as they are, the things that we can't change. Focusing on your breath and using affirmations can actually help you with that. It gives us more energy to actually focus on the things that we can change. Yeah, George agrees. Did you hear that? He went, Affirmations such as, I trust my ability to handle this, can really help to reassure us. Self-acceptance is really important. We can all be very good at finding our faults and criticizing mistakes that we made, but it's much better for us if we can look at the things that we do well and also the things that we weren't so good at, but we persisted and we got better. Spend some time today thinking about the things that you've actually learned to do and how you've managed to accept yourself a little bit more. Session 3 is all about online support. We are lucky to be living in a time, yes, I know people can overuse online. They can end up getting a bit fed up doing too many videos, social media, that kind of thing. But there are some really excellent sources of support. One of which, for me, is Action for Happiness. If you Google Action for Happiness, you will find that they've got what they call 10 keys for happier living. I volunteered with Action for Happiness because I know I love their idea. I try to create more happiness and less unhappiness in the world around me. People sign up to this pledge, and that way, between us, we can all help to make the world a happier place. I also set up Kathy's Wellbeing Club, CIC, as a way for people to connect and feel a true sense of community. If you're interested in finding out more, if you go for www.kathyswellbeingclub.co.uk, that's all one word, kathyswellbeingclub.co.uk, you will find a very simple website that has links to some of our activities. You are very welcome to join us. There are also sources of support for when we're really feeling desperate, such as the Samaritans. They are really good. They will listen to people without judgment 24 hours a day. The NHS provides mental health services. Again, it's well worth Googling NHS to see what support they can give you. They actually do follow the 5 ways to wellbeing, which are a big focus in this programme. Cruse, CRUSE, offers bereavement support. You can find them on www.cruse.org.uk. Hub of Hope is an excellent support directory, and that will tell you about support in your area. So again, Hub of Hope, all one word, .co.uk. Shout is a confidential text service in the UK, 24/7. You can text them at any time, and the volunteers will get back to you. You contact them as Shout 85258. We also have unhelpful strategies. We all kind of know what they are. We can end up maybe overeating. We can develop all sorts of addictive behaviours in an attempt to feel better. There are many, many healthier ways to boost our well-being. And if you find that some of your strategies are not helping you and you need support, there are also lots of organisations online for any of those subjects. For example, gambling addiction, alcohol addiction. Session 4 is self-care. This session is definitely devoted to the importance of self-care. By regularly picking exercises such as exercise, making sure you get enough sleep following the 5 ways to well-being, you are basically doing what you can to improve your resilience, improve your mood, and reduce the risk of burnout. What kind thing can you do for yourself today? On my Trusty Life coaching page on Facebook, we're actually currently on day 77 of 100 days of self-care. Now, that's a long time, but actually, it's a really good way to establish a good habit. Every day, people are being encouraged. What kind thing are you doing for yourself today? It doesn't have to be a big thing. A little thing can make all the difference built up over time. Session 5, it's time for you to review. You're going to rescore your Whispers wheels, your W for your work life, H, home life, I, interests, S, spirituality and religion, P, physical, E, emotional aspects of life, R, relationships, and S, security and finances. How have things gone? I really hope over these programs, some of the areas have improved on your scores. Have a look at your goals. Do you need to adjust your existing goals and keep going, or do you need to choose new ones? Remember, when you're choosing goals, make sure that your goal is very specific. Write it down in your diary. Come up with lots of different strategies and pick one that you think might help. Try it over time and review it. If it's working well, keep going. If not, go back to your list and see if you can pick a different strategy to help you to keep working on your goal. Your journal is a really, really useful place to keep going, pour out your thoughts, see what you've learnt. What have you learnt from the mistakes you've made, as well as also celebrating your successes? Session 6. It's time for you to reflect and celebrate. If you're still with me, you have done so well. You have worked through 6 modules, and that is a massive achievement. What are you going to do to reward yourself today? Congratulations, you've completed the Staff Wellbeing Programme. I am going to go through the next couple of chapters that offer you some additional suggestions to help you on your way. What techniques have you found helpful? They're the ones that you really want to put in your metaphorical wellbeing toolbox. You might find that they change over time. So every now and then it's worth looking back on the different strategies and maybe picking one that you haven't tried for a while. Chapter 7. Here are some further strategies to help you. You might want to add some of these to your wellbeing toolbox if you haven't already. These are for the days in between. The programme runs for a total of 36 weeks. Schools are open for 39 weeks and they have holidays in between. There are a number of great activities you can do to support your well-being. The important thing is to remember, when you've been busy, particularly at the end of a long term, you are likely to be tired. It's a bit like being an actor on the stage. All the weeks that you're working and you're supporting the pupils, it's a bit like you're acting. And if you think about it, actors, they have a boost of adrenaline when they go on the stage. And after they finish the show, they feel really tired. The same happens to staff working in schools, residential settings, colleges and universities, childcare, any of those type of roles. So it's important, if you're getting close to the end of a term, start having some earlier nights, start to slow down a bit on some of your other commitments so that you've got the energy to make it to the end of term so that you're not burnt out and exhausted and unable to enjoy the holidays. It's definitely important to do that if you recognise that as a pattern for you, that when you get to the holidays, you're always ill. It probably means that a week or two before the end of term, it would be really good to start boosting your well-being with some of this self-care that we've been talking about. Community. It is important to spend time with your local community. By community, I don't necessarily mean the people you live with. It might be people that share the same hobbies as you. You might have an art club. You might have a lovely local cafe where you meet up with regular people. It's really important to nurture yourself with some of that face-to-face local connection. You might not find that you want to do that a lot, but even for me, I like to spend quite a lot of time on my own. I love being online, but I really do like some face-to-face conversations, meaningful conversations with people that I care about. I think the same would apply to a lot of people. So it's definitely worth putting community into your toolbox. We've talked about breath and mindfulness. Keep exploring that. They are such good ways to reduce stress and anxiety. You can use mindfulness wherever you are. You could be at work, you'd be feeling a bit stressed, and then think, oh, I'm going to take some time out, focus on my breath, and look around. It might be you can go out into the field, just have a little look at the hedge and the birds all wandering about. Noticing your thoughts can be a really useful strategy. It's very hard to focus on the outside world when you realize that you're caught up with thoughts going round and round in your head. The thing is, it's important to remember that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. You are having thoughts. When you separate yourself out from your thoughts in that way, they can tend to pass on through. It reminds me a little bit of clouds in the sky. You're the sky, the thoughts are the clouds. The clouds will eventually disperse. Knowing that can really help you and is a great strategy to put in your toolbox. Be present. Whenever we're feeling anxious and worried about something that may or may not happen in the future, spend some time focusing on now. Look at your surroundings, focus on your breath, and that can really take your worries away for a moment. We're moving on to chapter 8 with some well-being models. There are lots of really excellent models that I've been reading about. One of which is the recovery model that's been developed to support good mental health. It is very much linked to the 12-step recovery model that people use for the Alcoholics Anonymous. They have an excellent approach where they realize that there's always hope. Once they accept that they have a problem and there are people there to help them and support them, and also that they can apologize for any mistakes they've made, people receive peer support. They're encouraged to join community activities that support their well-being. It's definitely worth looking up the recovery model and seeing if they can help you. Also, psychologist Martin Seligman developed a 5-pillar framework for well-being that's called the PERMA model. That's focusing on positive emotion, gratitude, hope and joy, engagement, enjoying creative activities, relationships, connecting with people in meaningful ways, meaning, getting involved with purposeful activities, family, friends, and community can really boost your well-being. Accomplishment, setting goals and learning new things is beneficial to well-being. When they're put together, this can actually support your well-being. And I think you can see it's very similar to the 5 ways to well-being, which is no accident because all these excellent models have kind of figured out the same thing. It's really not complicated. It's about working away at those areas to really boost your well-being. Carol Riff has a 6-factor model focusing on wellness and flourishing. These factors are self-acceptance, accepting our strengths and our weaknesses, positive relations, developing positive and trusting relationships, autonomy, developing our independence, environmental mastery, being able to manage your own life, and purpose in life, having goals and feeling that life has meaning. Personal growth, being open to new developments. These are important areas of well-being and relate well to the 5 ways to well-being. This course is intended to support you with your well-being. Make sure that you do reach out to your doctor or relevant health professional if you feel that you need support with your mental health. For your next steps, I am creating short online courses if people are interested to help to support them. At the moment, I'm looking very much at people going through menopause and getting older because that's something that really in itself has its own stresses. I have Facebook pages. I have Trusty Life Coaching. I have my own personal Kathy Shuter, Shuter. Also, I have Kathy's Wellbeing Cafe, which is part of Kathy's Wellbeing Club. If you don't use Facebook, there is also Substack, and Substack sends you an email whenever I come up with a post. So if you look up Substack, you will find Kathy Shuter, and there'll be lots of posts mainly linked to Kathy's Wellbeing Cafe. I also have an Amazon author page. If you go on to Amazon and you Google Kathy Shuter, you will find my Amazon page that has all my latest books. This book was actually published in March 2026. I'm very lucky to have staff that have agreed to pilot the course for me. If you have any constructive feedback you'd like to make, please get in touch with me. I will be officially launching the program in September. If you feel that I could run a course that would benefit you, or you'd like to work with me personally, the best thing to do would be to find me on Trustee Life Coaching on my Facebook page, where you can message me directly and we can get in touch. I really hope you found this helpful. George has been a great companion. I really enjoy having, you never know what he's going to do next, but he definitely makes life more entertaining. I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care, everybody. If you know anybody that might benefit from this course, please let them know about it. As I've said before, the ebook is far cheaper than the paperback. And actually, it's kind of it. I mean, the paperback, you can't click on the links. So I definitely recommend the ebook if you want to find any of the links, for example, the online support. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.